BMW has recently revealed its flagship EV, the i7. That puts it squarely in competition with rival Mercedes' electric flagship, the EQS. In this video, I'll perform a side-by-side comparison of the exterior, interior, tech, performance and pricing, and show you how these two stack up. Flagships are important vehicles as they demonstrate the best that each manufacturer can produce. Electric flagships are perhaps even more important as they show what legacy manufacturers are capable of as they enter the new world of electric vehicles. About a year ago, we saw Mercedes reveal its electric flagship, the EQS. More recently, we've seen Mercedes' traditional rival BMW reveal its electric flagship, the i7. A key difference between the two is the platforms. The EQS was designed from the ground up on a platform built just for electric cars. The i7, on the other hand, shares the same platform as its gas-powered 7 Series sibling. As a result, on the exterior, the i7 has proportions much like a gas car, a 3-box design with a long hood, passenger compartment, and a short trunk. That's a little different than the EQS, which, with its one-boat design principle, has an arched line that unifies the shortened hood, elongated passenger compartment, and trunk. That sleek shape delivers an impressive drag coefficient of 0.2. In the rear, there are helix taillights evoking a light bulb to remind you this car is electric. In the front, the traditional grille is replaced with a large glass panel with an optional delicate star pattern. The i7's front gets the massive double kidney grille, which has now become a BMW staple. At night, the grille can also be illuminated, letting passerbys know instantly that this is a BMW. In addition to the large grille, the i7 also sports BMW's new design feature, the split front lights. In a nod to its luxury credentials, as an option, you can also get the Swarovski crystals in the lights. Both cars are available in two-tone paint jobs. When it comes to dimensions, the significant difference is that the i7 is longer than the EQS by about 7 inches. Both the EQS and i7 looks seem to be polarizing. You either love it or hate it. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. As both these are flagships for luxury marques, the interiors are opulent. Both cars offer premium seating materials like leather and cashmere wool. There's also upscale trim materials, including different types of wood and carbon fiber. Sustainability is given a nod with features like floor mats made from recycled materials. There's all kinds of artificial sounds and scents to transport you to another world. But perhaps the most noticeable in the interiors of these two cars is the battle of the screens. With technology becoming more and more pervasive in our life, the screen becomes the interface with which we interact with the technology. The EQS gets the giant optional hyperscreen. This spans from door to door with the width of 141 centimeters. It encompasses 3 screens, a 12.3-inch instrument cluster, a 17.7-inch infotainment screen in the middle, and a 12.3-inch screen for the passenger. BMW's curved instrument cluster and infotainment screen looks modest in comparison, but its big screen is in the back. The rear passengers get an optional 31-inch touch theater screen. This features an 8K resolution and is supported by a 4D diamond surround Bowers & Wilkins sound system. Rear seat passengers in the EQS get optional 11.6-inch displays. In addition to the front and rear screens, the i7 also introduces 5.5-inch digital screens in the inside of the door panels. But let's take a look at all the technology that's hiding behind those screens. Mercedes wants to have the most important functions right on the home screen, without you having to dig through multiple menus. This is what it calls zero layer. In order to do so, it uses machine learning to track the driver's patterns and learn their behaviors. For example, if you always call a certain person at a certain time, it will recognize that pattern. Once it learns the driver's patterns, it will make suggestions on the screen to make it easier for the driver. It's not clear the level of machine learning that the i7 uses, but BMW does say that with navigation, it will learn where the driver is going. Speaking of navigation, both cars will plot out the most efficient route with charge stops. When it comes to autonomous driving, both cars are capable of Level 3 automated driving where permitted. Rear-wheel steering is standard in the EQS but optional in the i7. So that brings us to performance. The EQS comes in two trims, the 450 Plus, which is rear-wheel drive, and the 580 4MATIC, which is all-wheel drive. The i7 comes in only one trim, the xDrive 60, which is all-wheel drive. The i7 gets a 101.7 kWh battery, whereas the EQS gets a slightly larger 108 kWh battery. Since the EQS is already being sold, we know the official EPA ranges to be 350 and 340 miles. BMW offers only an estimate at this time, and that is of 300 miles. I think we'll want to wait to see actual EPA numbers before we can make a better comparison. Horsepower and torque between the two are very close. As a result, 0 to 60 numbers are within a fraction of each other. Maximum charge power is also very comparable between the two. When it comes to performance specs, these two are benchmarked very closely. How about when it comes to price? Well, the i7 is expected to start just under $120,000, whereas the comparable all-wheel drive EQS starts just slightly higher at $126,000. Since we don't have all the details on the i7 pricing, we can't do an apples-to-apples comparison. But the pricing appears to be very close between these two flagships. The EQS is already on the roads, and the i7 is expected to be out in Q4 of 2022. So which one would you buy? The BMW i7 or the Mercedes EQS? Let me know in the comments below. And if you would like me to compare the i7 to another EV, let me know the name of that car too. Please consider making a donation using Super Thanks. It will support the many hours that I put into making these videos. Thank you for watching. Please give the video a like, share your comments below, and subscribe to the Driver Download.